Hey guys, welcome back to another episode edition. I'm not sure what we're calling this yet of Link Cable Gaming, where we interview somebody random from YouTube or the gaming industry or something to do with gaming related stuff. This week I've got Zahi from Link Cable joining me, and we
Welcome.
are going to be interviewing our good friend Mike from Mike's Nerd Cave. How's it going?
Hey guys, it's going pretty good.
Thank you for doing this. I know you've been part of our last few videos, if anyone's following along, between what was the last
That's
video? I
right.
think we did a Nintendo talk or something with you. I think was the last one.
Yup.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nintendo. Was that the? Yeah, that was just a Nintendo discussion. It wasn't the podcast.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
For the direct. Yeah,
I can't
for the
remember what it was
direct.
for, but yeah.
And then before that, we did the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he's actually joining us for tonight's podcast. So if you watch this in the future, the episode should be out already. So yeah, we're gonna just run
Sorry.
some. No, you're good. You're good. Run some questions by you and just kind of get to know you a little bit. And we'll try to keep this not try to keep it short, not too long, so guys can listen along through audio as well. So I'll start off with the first question. Introduce yourself. Tell us about
All right.
Mike's Nerd Cave and tell us about you.
Yeah. So Mike's Nerd Cave it started last May. It's my YouTube channel. Um, I was excited to start making videos. I love tech. I love gaming, and I wanted to find a new outlet for that. And
Mm-hmm.
I've always been inspired by all the YouTubers out there doing it. So I started doing
Hmm.
that. Since then, I've also branched out. I've started streaming on Twitch, Mike's Nerd Cave there, all one word. And you can also find me on Instagram and Twitter as well. Same thing, maybe a little variation. I think Instagram's underscores, and Twitter is all one word, just like Twitch.
Nice, nice. Go for it, Zahi.
So you've been doing this for about almost a year now, eh?
Yeah, it's coming up on a year. It's gone fast,
That's
especially
incredible.
2020 being the way it was.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
weird
I'm sure
year.
you must have gotten a lot of good time in there.
Yeah.
My question for you, Mike, in relation to that is, how did you get yourself into making videos and streaming just to begin with, anyways?
So I mean, pretty much what I said in that I love tech, I love gaming and all of that, and I'm already always offering to help build computers for friends or just help them fix something or give them suggestions on what they should buy gaming wise, PC wise, stuff like that, peripherals, anything. And I've always, like I said, loved watching the people who do it on YouTube. I've always kind of thought I could do that. So I figured, why not? I waited way too long. I wanted to do it like 3, 4 years ago, and I kept thinking,
I
I
feel
don't
that.
and I don't think I can. And once I started, it was like, wow, this is so much fun. Who cares if they're not as good as everyone else's off the bat? At least I'm doing it, and that's the only way I'm gonna get better.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Everyone builds up.
I've always heard some of my favorite YouTubers, podcasters, influencers, whatever you call them, they do all kinds of content. They always said, do it because you enjoy doing it. As soon as you stop having fun, do something else. And that to me has
Yep.
always been super
Exactly.
important and it kind of drives me. Okay, so is this your full time job? Is this what you do for a living right now? You making the big YouTube bucks yet?
I wish. I wish. No, not quite there to where I can monetize anything on YouTube, but working there, I'm hoping maybe by the time May gets back around,
Hmm.
I'll hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, and then
Nice.
yeah, that would be really cool. I mean, it's crazy that I still can't believe I got to where I am right now, as fast as it did.
In a year.
Yeah,
In under a year.
about 660 subs right now, right
Wow,
around
that's
there.
crazy.
So no, it's awesome. It still blows my mind when I look at it. And on the side of that, I have the Amazon affiliate links, but so far, I mean, I've made like $20 off of
Hey,
that,
it's
like
still
nothing
something.
big. So I have a full-time job. I'm a fiber design engineer for an ISP.
Cool.
Wow, that sounds impressive. Pretty
Eh,
cool.
I don't know. It's as impressive as it sounds, but it's pays the bills.
Oh, you're being modest. It sounds very impressive when you said the word engineer and fiber. I'm like, oh, I don't know what the heck that is. Yeah, your videos though, you're talking about starting a year ago, and that's actually how I came across you to pull you in as interviewee. And I purchased, well, was going to purchase a TV for my office. And those that follow our channel will know that I talked about getting a new TV and the struggles I had for this and that. I brought up a mini
Mm-hmm.
podcast. and I stumbled across your video talking about, I think it's the Nano 85, I think is the one that you had your video on. That's the TV I ended up going with. And your video is one of the ones I watched all the way through, actually a couple times trying to decide, because, you know, some videos they get super, super technical about stuff I just didn't care about, because, like, to me, I just wanted to have the right inputs, the right, you know, I'm using it for gaming. I didn't really care how great it was to watch a movie, because I don't really do that on this TV. I have other TVs that do that. So you kind of spoke to me as a gamer and knew exactly what I was looking for, and you sold me on it. So
Awesome.
too bad there wasn't the affiliate link for me to buy it there, because I probably could have helped you out. But
Didn't set that up until quite after.
but yeah, you did a really good job on those videos, and I think that it shows with your subscriber count going up that you're doing good work and it's helping people. So I'm living proof.
Yeah. No, those
Yeah, man.
those two videos are really what blew me up.
Yeah,
So
they're good.
So Mike, quick question for you then. So how did you learn how to do all the professional video making and graphics and transitions and editing? Like, where did you pick that up from?
I don't. It's tough. I feel like I'm still very novice. Like my goal is to every time I make a video, my big goal is to learn something new, because I'm still learning. Like really don't know a ton, but it's mainly from watching other YouTubers do it,
Hmm.
and learning from them, researching like how to do certain things in DaVinci Resolve, and then just watching other YouTubers, like the different shots they get in their videos. And then also my buddy Nick, who is actually on YouTube as Nick Shaw, and Twitch is Jet Black. I'm just going to shout him out because he's helped me so much. I know I've wore like his merchandise on one of the podcasts I was on with you guys, because he is huge into like photography and videography. He does like wedding photos and stuff, and he has taught me a ton when it comes to like cameras and lenses and lighting and all of that stuff. And I've been lucky to have him been able to use his studio and stuff, and I think that's helped me some of the
Good
most.
to have a friend like that.
Yeah, it was very fortunate.
Yeah, it's cool that you say about YouTube videos and learning a lot from other YouTubers, because our first guest we had on, Ricky from RA Visuals, he has, you know, he's been doing it a little bit longer than all of us have been doing this kind of stuff, doing the videos and YouTube and stuff. And he told me, he's like, yeah, I basically had no idea what I was doing for a lot of these things. And he went to YouTube. He's got certain people. He just got into people's Discords and communities, just started asking questions, just started learning. And his stuff is awesome looking too. So it's
Oh, yeah,
crazy what
I
you can learn
watched
from
some-
YouTube. You know, it's like I basically learned how to set up
Yeah.
all this stuff on YouTube too. Like I had no idea. I didn't know the difference between Streamlabs OBS and regular OBS, or how streaming works, or any of this. It's interesting.
Mhm.
YouTube is a great place. So how often do you make videos for your channel, or how often do you stream, or what do you got going on? You got a full-time schedule you do every week, or you kind of just casual with it right now?
So I'd like to get a full schedule going. By the time I get kind of wrapped back around, I've been on YouTube for 1 year. Hopefully sooner. Hopefully mid-March, I'll actually get to the once a week thing.
Hmm.
My
Be nice.
big video I have planned right now is the console reviews. It's been like a long time coming.
Enough time.
A few
Yeah.
months with them, and my goal is to get them out like the second week of March, because that'll have been 4 months.
Okay.
So those are like my big project I want to get done now. After that, I've planned out probably like a year's worth of content, maybe a little more,
Wow.
that I'd really like to work on. If I can get it done, a video a week, that'd be really cool. There's going to be some really small stuff, and then there'll be some bigger ones. But that's my goal.
Cool.
And then my other goal is to stream 3 days a week.
Okay. Yeah, I saw you
That's
were.
actually a pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think that's good to have a good life balance, especially because it's not full time for you yet. And I've been watching some of your streams, and you're doing pretty good. You get a good amount of people pulling into the chat rooms and stuff and being active with them. So I know that's important.
Yeah, today was really fun doing streaming a little Pokemon on there. I
Yeah.
had some interesting viewers pop in that were having a good time with it, kind of like joking around. This one viewer was like pretending to be Eevee in like a funny way to get me to go back and catch an Eevee,
Yeah.
so that I could evolve it into a Leafeon and take it to the next gym. And I thought that was fun. Like, I love having that viewer interaction, and it really made the stream a lot of fun today.
Yeah, it's always
That's
fun
really cool, actually.
when you're streaming and there's, know, it's always cool when your buddies or people you know join the chat because it's like, okay, yeah, they're supporting you and you can talk to them. But when someone that you don't know joins and they're just watching you and and participating,
That's when it gets
that's when it gets
interesting.
good because you're like, wow, somebody I do not know, they have no allegiance to me or bias about me being good or bad. They're actually spending the time out of their day to watch me when they could be go and watch anything on Netflix or HBO Max or whatever. So it does make you feel good,
Yeah.
even if you get
Exactly.
one or two. I've had it only a few times happen to
Yep.
me, but it's pretty cool. So good job with that.
Yeah, no, it kind of surprised me a little bit today, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of which, what is your favorite game to actually stream?
So it's almost a cop out answer for me right now, but I'll probably say Rocket League.
Mm,
Because that's what, at least on my schedule right now, I'm going to be streaming the most because I'm good at it,
That helps.
and therefore it's easy to like play at a high
I know what you
level,
mean.
which helps with viewership.
Mhm.
Sometimes, like if you get some people in there trying to learn, but I can also talk to chat during games or between games, things like that,
Mhm.
and not get too distracted or off my game because I've played it for so many hours.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
on top of that, I think after today too, I'm gonna continue with Sunday streams and the occasional Saturday stream, doing like a more chill style like RPG. Right now, I'm doing Pokemon. I think what I'll do next is probably maybe Xenoblade.
Oh. Oh, Alex from Link Cable here would
Oh.
love that. That's
I
his
know.
favorite.
Where is
favorite
Alex for us
series.
today?
Yeah, I know. It's so funny that you mentioned that because
Absolutely.
I was at a game store yesterday looking at it, and they had the first Xenoblade Chronicles on the Switch, the remake. I almost got it because it was
Nice.
like $45, I think, US.
So good.
I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's still
So
a little too
good.
high for me, but I do want to finally play through that and see what the whole
Mhm.
hype is. So I'd be interested to see you stream on it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it out.
It is the hype. It's such a good game.
There's definitely hype for here. Right around here, there's a lot of hype. I was gonna say something. I looked at my question and I'm trying to remember what I was supposed to ask. Oh, Pokemon. That is a good game to stream. Just because
Casual.
it's casual and slow, and like when you're in a
Mhm.
battle, if you stop for 2 seconds, you don't just die immediately. Trainer doesn't just destroy you. So that is.
Yep.
I actually kind of want to stream Pokemon game watching you do it today because I've never actually sat down and watched a streamer play Pokemon and participate in the chat like I was. And
Mhm.
it is pretty neat because you're able to like talk it out like, hey, what do you guys think I should do? And who should I carry in my party? Should I get rid of this guy? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. If as soon as you can get interaction with people, that's when I get excited about it. That's the fun part.
Yep. No, I think that's what I was like. Rocket League might be a cop out answer because I might have had more fun doing Pokemon today than I did all week doing Rocket League just because of that stream interaction with like completely new people.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is easy to just sit back and take like I can just not play the game for 30 seconds because I'm talking to the people in chat
Right.
and then jump right back into it and nothing's like happened. It's great.
I streamed high like tier Destiny to Iron Banner, like competitive ones, and because I was streaming at like a higher level of gameplay, because when Iron Banner isn't like regular competitive or regular like PvP, it's like there's a power level requirement, you have to meet it. So only like topper tier people will play, because if you play and you have lower power level, you get destroyed. So when I'm streaming that, I'm like laser focused into the game because I'm streaming now and I don't want to look like crap.
Yeah.
So, but when I found the exact same thing happened. I streamed afterwards Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's more of like an exploratory, go through kind of a dungeon, Pokemon-esque, like you're just casually moving along the game. And I found I engaged with my viewers and my streamers much better than when I was playing something like so overwhelmingly distracting.
Yeah, I bet.
But it was fun. But the people who were in it were like, "Oh, look at that!" Like, because I use like a bow, so everyone's like,
Oh, that's
"Bow
cool."
snipes." So
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so what other streamers do you follow, if any? Do you have any like favorites that you're like, oh,
Ooh.
so and so streaming, yo, I got to get on there and watch and chat, or
So my
Or you're like,
favorite
"No, it's all
one
about me, everyone
when
just
I stay up late enough to catch his streams because he's West Coast and he starts at like 9 p.m. their time usually, so midnight. It's John Sandman. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. He's on YouTube as
I have
well. He
not.
does a lot of Rocket League content
I
on
was gonna say he probably
YouTube,
does Rocket League.
but
That's
he
why.
barely does Rocket League on Twitch. He does everything else. And his Twitch streams are so entertaining and hilarious. He starts every stream out with roll call. And it's so the first 100 viewers in the chat, he puts their name into a rap. He just raps for like the first 5 minutes of his stream
What?
and incorporates everyone's name.
Huh.
And it's absolutely nuts. He's so crazy. And then he also like he just streams whatever games he's feeling. Sometimes he does like community game night, things like that. He always does effed up Friday, has drinks,
That's
like
pretty
plays
cool.
with friends and stuff. He's one of the streamers that like doesn't have to stick to one game, and he can just be himself and laugh because he's just got that right personality. He went to college
Personality.
for drama. He
Mm.
and like he did improv all,
So he
all
loves the
life.
spotlight. He can soak it up
Yeah.
and dish it out too.
That translated into YouTube and Twitch for him. So he's a great time. On other than him, I like watching Shroud because he's chill, and I feel like I have a lot of similar opinions.
Shroud is really chill. Yeah,
And then Doc,
I like watching Shroud.
because I like watching Doc because he's so over the top, and the like level of entertainment and just production value that he brings to the table is, I mean, next level above I think any other streamer. It's crazy.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah, his streams are nuts. And then yeah, I have a few friends that I watch too. My buddy Plop, my buddy Nick, who I mentioned earlier, and then a friend who I play Rocket League a bunch named Cows World. All three of them are a good time, and they all pretty entertaining. Plop is
Cows
really
World.
yeah, Cows World. Yeah, he's a solid Rocket League player, trying to be a freestyler.
Wow, fancy.
That's awesome. So, Mike, seeing as how you've had a lot of success in the past year, what advice could you maybe give for, like what are some of the tips and tricks you've learned, some advice you could give out for people who are maybe where you were last May?
So this is gonna be probably the corniest normal answer, but it's the thing that I wish I forced myself to do 3 years ago, and everyone says it, and it's just start doing it. Take whatever camera, whatever stuff you have, and start and try to do try to make the content you want. Try to edit. DaVinci Resolve is free if you have a computer that can run it to edit the videos. If not, start with like Windows Movie Maker and just try making some content. See if you have fun doing it, and go from there. If you want to stream, it's even easier than that. If you have an Xbox or a PlayStation, you can literally just hit live on those now and start streaming. If you have a PC, same thing.
You can.
Switch is the hardest one. You need a capture card and a PC, but yeah, I guess just go for it.
Yeah, just taking
And
the
also
plunge to get
don't-
going. It's the scary part.
Yeah. And also don't
Go deep.
don't let any like negative comments and stuff, that the internet is full of it.
Mhm.
Don't let that get to you, because like it took no time at all. As soon as those TV videos started growing, for me, which it was very lucky for me. I was very fortunate because those were two of my first videos. But the negative comments in there, people just coming in to literally just trash on, not even just you, the creator,
Yeah.
but other people. Like someone will come into the comments and be like, "Oh man, that's like good review. This TV looks awesome." And then the next comment down is, "This TV is trash. You should buy the OLED version." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Just putting people to shame. And I'm like, every time I would just kind of cut in with a comment like support the person. I'm like, dude, that's 2 to 3 times the cost. For the
Yeah,
same
I've
size
seen
TV.
so many, like
Not
especially on
everyone can afford it.
especially on hardware reviews and stuff, like when people are trying to purchase stuff. Like I will, when I go to, if I want to buy, a new TV, like I talked about watching your video, I will literally look up the model number and I will watch 10, 15, 20 videos over and over, and I will wait and I will literally set it and refresh it to see if there's new content coming out every other day before I buy something. And the people can say one thing and they're usually pretty positive about it, or they'll give you a little they'll give you constructive feedback on what's good and bad about it, right? Hey, this TV isn't great
Right.
at this, but most of the time it's not, this is trash, whatever, don't buy this piece of crap. But going through the comments, it's so polarizing, because some people will be so supportive of it, and the people are, well, don't buy this, you should just go buy, you should buy OLED for this. And I'm like, well, that's great, but I don't want to spend, $1,500 on a TV. I'm looking to spend 400 to 500 on. So
Right.
it's rough. The whole comment section is just rough in general.
It is. So yeah, if you're trying to start creating, you're gonna get negative comments,
Those
and
yeah.
don't let them get to you, because those people are just hiding behind a keyboard
Oh,
because they don't have the courage to go out and make the content to say those negative things themselves, say how they feel.
Ooh,
They want to
good
come in
perspective.
on the keyboard and make fun of you or your positive commenters. Don't let it get to you. If they really, felt that strongly about it, they can make their own video.
Yeah, it's very, very true.
Yeah.
So what I know we've talked a lot about Rocket League, and it seemed your love for this. So without saying Rocket League in this answer, I'm gonna let you not use that one.
Yes.
What are your favorite video games?
Oh, this is easy. Pokemon is going to be,
Okay.
just because of the longevity in my life. I've been playing it since the original Game Boy games.
Mhm.
So Pokemon's up there. And then Halo 3 would probably be the next game I've played the most in my
somebody
life.
loves Halo.
Probably I'd have to put Halo 2 in there.
Mwah.
But Halo 3,
Thank you.
Was-
I was just gonna argue you. I was like, hey, not
Junior-
Halo 2, man. Not Halo 2.
junior year
Sorry.
and senior year in high school, as well as freshman year in college, was just
Bro,
like,
that's exactly it.
nonstop. Yeah, it was nonstop Halo for me, staying up. And it was like the typical thing, like the stereotype of like, go over to a friend's house with Mountain Dew and Doritos and stay up till 6 in the
2007,
morning
man.
playing like custom games.
I've had so many of those nights with my
Two-
friends.
2007,
Yup.
dude. It was
Those-
an amazing time.
I remember that I had a friend, and he had a brother who's roughly my brother's age. So the four of us would hang out, and it was always me and my friend versus my friend's brother and my brother on a team in Halo, and we would just sit and play Blood Gulch for like hours and hours in Halo, and just
Oh yeah.
it was like, and then we'd spend the night at either my parents' house or his parents' house, and we'd have to they're like, go to bed, you gotta go to bed, and I'm like, no, and we'd wake up in the middle of the night and get back in, or sometimes we would we didn't live too far from each other, so my parents or their parents like, okay, well, one of you guys go over there, so that way we don't have everybody at my house. So then I'd go to my friend's house, and his brother would come over to my house, and then we'd end up sneaking over to one of the person's houses so we could play Halo together or something. It was just, we were addicted to it. It was just so much fun.
Oh, yeah, we used to set up like 2 TVs, and it was before everyone
Yep.
had.
It was LAN,
LEDs,
man. It was
so
all
It was
LAN.
like we'd set up 2 of the big like tube TVs
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
my buddy's dining room table
Wow.
on either end,
Yep.
and have the Xboxes and just two Xbox 360s just connected via LAN, and we'd just sit
Yep.
there and play like 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, whatever custom matches. There was so many times where it was like, what do? We would just play like stickies only and stuff like that. Just make it
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
That was fun.
And then watching, like, after we
My-
were chilling out, watch a little Red versus Blue. I mean, the addiction
Oh, I watched
was there.
it was just so good. The addiction was all there, man. When we got Halo 3 back in 2007 when I was in high school, we had all pitched in. I was the only one that had a 360. Literally my entire high school, or at least my entire grade 10 or 11 group of friends, all had PlayStations. And PlayStation 3s. Like nobody had an Xbox.
Wow.
So I was the only one that had it at the time. And so it was a huge, I made a big party at my place for everyone to come over and play some Halo 3. And we're on the first level in the forest, and it's like I have like 15 grade 10, 11-year-olds at my place. My sister's serving popcorn and making drinks and helping out. And my 360 red ringed on me in the first level with all these kids around. It was
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
awful.
oh
I wanted
no.
to die. It was the first time it ever happened. I was like, no.
That's so
So
sad.
we
Everyone's like, oh, we thought Zahi was cool. Never mind. They'll just leave.
And that's when I became alone. Just everyone left. I was like,
That's how he got the
Everyone
nickname
left,
Red Ring
and I
at
had a
school. They're like, oh,
broken
look, it's
Xbox.
Red Ring Zahi. Everyone's laughing at him, pointing. Ha ha
It was a
ha.
sad moment.
I think just about everyone who had the original 360 at some point ended up experiencing
to.
it. I mean, it was higher than 50% failure
It
rate.
was so bad. I had 3 that did that. I started like going to
Yeah.
like friends that were like, they give me $50, man, I'll fix it. I know how to fix it. I'm like, okay, and
Yeah.
I didn't do much research back then because
Yeah.
the internet was like there, but YouTube wasn't like super popular yet, and so I was like, I trust my friend. He said he works, and I would give it to him, and he'd put some weird heat sink on it, and then it would work for like a week, and then it would break, and then I just kept. I'd have to save up all my money to buy another one. I'm like, I have to play. I have to play.
Yeah, you could.
Halo 3 broke my first Xbox. It was sad.
The only true way I ever saw one permanently fixed was the first college I went to. One of my buddies actually had his completely disassembled and just laying out
Cool.
up on a shelf.
Oh my gosh.
So he just had all of the components up on the shelf. Like he had replaced the heat sink with like a PC CPU,
Mhm.
Yeah.
as well as like put new thermal pads and just like a block of aluminum on top of the chipset around it.
Wow.
And then he just had like one of those little like bedside fans that would go on like your nightstand
yeah.
at the end, just blowing
Blowing
air
out.
across all of it. And that was his Xbox 360,
Well,
and it was
if it
he had
works,
the disc
I
drive
guess it
sitting on
works.
his phone. It's the only time.
Whatever plays Halo 3, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, jeez.
All right, Mike. Gonna hit you up right now. So, what consoles do you actually have? Do you have like or do you have a PC? And of them, which one do you prefer the most?
So
Are you in the next gen yet?
yes,
Dun, dun, dun.
I have
Ooh,
actually across the board. I'm fortunate. I have the
nice.
Series X, the PS5,
Yes.
the
Digital or disc?
digital, because I didn't have a PS4, so I
Me
didn't need to
too.
bring any discs forward. But I am excited to play a lot of those games I didn't get to. So I
Same
have
here.
PS5 digital, Nintendo Switch, and a PC. Actually, a couple PCs, but that's because I build them too often.
I know how that goes.
Yeah,
Nice.
Don't
And,
build one for me, God, please.
yeah. I guess if I had to pick a favorite,
Come on.
okay, so I have to give two different answers. And the first,
That's fair.
just
That's fair.
flat out answer. If I have to pick a
I
favorite,
love
it's
it.
got to just be the computer, because I wouldn't
Ooh.
be able to make any of this content without the computer.
That makes
I
sense.
I can play games on the computer, but I can also
You heard it
make
here
videos,
first,
make
guys.
content.
Most people go, you know what? I couldn't do this without the viewers. Mike goes, I couldn't do this without my PC.
without my computer. And then, but no, if it came down to just the games,
Console, yeah.
Switch.
Really?
It's not even a question. Switch.
That's exactly
Dude,
what I would
you
have
have a
picked too.
PlayStation 5 and a Series X. It's
Switch.
literally all
The
of
Switch
Microsoft
is great.
and Sony's catalog.
You know what? I have a lot more respect for you now. Congratulations.
go if Zahi right now, right on this video, if you want to, just type in top 50 games of all time, like sold. Like look, search the top 50 game sales of all time.
It's all Nintendo.
It's entirely. The
Everything.
Switch has 15 in the top 50 already.
We've
The Xbox and PlayStation brands
Oh.
each only have one game in the top 50 sales of all time.
it's so funny
Like,
how we've talked about this, how like if you
There's
look
no
at games
way.
by them and then the amount of like just sales of things they have is just insane. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
like
nuts.
Mario Golf, when they announced it, it's just gonna print money.
Oh, I can't
Oh, it
wait for
is.
that.
Yeah.
It's
I cannot
literally
wait for
a
that.
green money printing machine
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a game.
that's gonna be so much
I-
fun.
Zelda, there's so much like anger and happiness all at once around the whole announcement of Skyward Sword, because people are like, it's a remake, it shouldn't be $60, this is stupid.
Yeah, but I'm
And then
paying
other
for
people
it.
are like, oh my god, I never played it. Like,
I never played it. I have never
Me
played
too.
a Zelda.
And that game is gonna print money. Pokemon Sword and Shield, there was people saying we need to boycott this, it's not gonna be good. It sold 21 million so far. Like, Nintendo prints money
Knows
when they
what they're
make a
doing.
game. That's what it is. and it's because they focus on the experience. I don't know if I should include Sword and Shield in this. I'm having fun playing it right now. But that's not even direct Nintendo. That's like Game Freak. They're just a studio under Nintendo and stuff. But like when you think about like the big main IPs, Mario, Zelda, even like Metroid, all of that kind of stuff.
Smash.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is all of them in one. Like they
Mario
just
Kart,
focus on the
this.
experience, and
Yeah.
they do a good job.
They do a very good job at it. It's a good.
They need
good-
to fix their online, but
yeah,
besides
let's all
that,
pray
the
that happens.
experience.
I keep hearing they're going to be replacing stuff and it'll be getting better. So let's just hope that
Yep.
that's all true.
Yeah, they're
Um,
changing it.
Yeah, just
I respect that, man. I
I
respect
sure
that.
hope so. All right, to wrap this up, we're at the 30-minute mark here, so we're doing pretty good. What is your, and this might be a little bit late to be asking because now we're almost into March of 2021, but what was your 2020 game of the year? If you had to pick the 2020 game, what
Ooh, I'm
what is
actually
Mike's
curious.
2020 game? What did you think last year deserved that title?
I think this is a lot of people's answer, and I haven't even talked about it yet on this, but it's going to be Among Us.
Really?
And it's
Shit,
because
really?
I didn't just play it with friends, but it brought like my girlfriend and her family into gaming with me too,
Mhm.
because her brothers
That's
and
cute.
sisters and even parents were playing it with us regularly. I connected with people that I wouldn't normally connect with because of that game, and it made the year of being stuck inside almost a better year for branching out. It was kind of weird. So that game would be my game of the year for 2020 personally.
Okay, that's a pretty good answer. I could see that. There's a lot of people.
I do
been
have
talking
a
about
quick
that for-
follow up.
Go for it.
Sure.
Yeah, I actually have a follow up to Kevin's question. What has been your favorite game so far? Because Kevin said that 2020 was a bit ago. What's been your favorite game in the year of 2021 so far?
Ooh, that's a tougher question.
We didn't prepare you for this one.
I'm actually curious. That's part of my problem.
It might have to be just thinking of like
The games you
there's
played.
a couple, but I would say just thinking of like single player experience, a game that's just
Amen.
really cool, and I want to see them expand on it because if they just gave us a taste, would be Bowser's Fury in Mario 3D World.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good
If
answer.
I think open
Okay.
world Mario, where you can go like level to level like that, all in an open world where you don't have to like actually like teleport into a different place or fly to a different place like an Odyssey.
I think you might be right about
It was
about
an
them having
awesome
it.
experience.
I think that Nintendo's done this before, where they throw in parts of something into a game and then they turn a whole game into it, like Toad's Treasure Tracker, treasure, whatever that game's
Yeah.
called. You know what I'm talking
Captain
about?
Toad Treasure Tracker.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it was in Mario Galaxy that it was in.
No, it
Or
was,
was it-
also 3D World.
Was it 3D World that part of it was in? Okay. And then I know there were
From-
parts of, in Mario Sunshine, there were parts that people liked and they turned that into Mario Galaxy. So they always do a little something, and if they like it, all of a sudden they blow it up into a game and it becomes successful. So good answer. Good answer. I think that's all the time we got. Thank you, Mike, for joining us for this little deep dive into your life, get to know you interview style video we got. I'll hopefully be uploading this tomorrow at some point, and we appreciate it. And we're about to go record the podcast live, so you guys can listen to the podcast because it will be up already by the time you can watch this. So
Thank you guys
thank you.
so much for having me again.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for bringing your fresh perspective to Link Cable, Mike. We really appreciate it.
Perfect. And thanks, Zahi, for joining me as well. I will see you guys in the next interview or video. Take it easy.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.